I'm joined by Ali, Stevie and Ian Darke. To talk about the Premier League, I think it's safe to say Liverpool and Manchester City will finish in the top 4. But who will be joining them? At the moment, it's Arsenal and Leicester. Stuart Robson also with us. Robert, let's start with you. Come the end of the season, who makes up the top 4?
I'm going to say Chelsea because I could think they're going to get better under Frank Lampard. They've got some good young players. I think they will get into the top 4. And the other one is a surprise. I think Leicester will. I think Brendan Rodgers has done an excellent job since he's been there. They seem to have an understanding of what he wants. They're playing some good football. They're hard to beat now. They're well organised. And I think they'll be the two most consistent sides out there. Arsenal still aren't good defensively. Manchester United, I think we can write those off. And who knows what's going on at Tottenham at the moment. So at the moment, those are the two sides I think will get in the top 4.
Let's take a look at the bookies. Obviously, Liverpool City favourites. Arsenal and Chelsea, according to the bookmakers, will be the other two teams who make up the top 4. Leicester, in fact, 6 favourites behind Spurs. And Manchester United have fallen.
What?
For you, Ian, who makes up the top 4?
I'm going to go with the bookmakers there. I'm going to go Arsenal and Chelsea. I agree with Stuart. Obviously, Arsenal's defence is a bit of a question mark.
What about his Leicester point?
Leicester City, I just don't think they'll make the top 4. They had that game at Manchester United recently, and everybody said, yeah, Leicester City, they're probably going to go there and win, beat Manchester United. They didn't. They were beaten. That was a little bit disappointing, and they were flat that day. Chelsea, yeah, a lot of good young kids coming through. They seem to be improving for Frank Lampard, so I think them, and I think the goals of Aubameyang and Lacazette will get Arsenal in the top 4.
Stephen?
I'm going to go Chelsea and Arsenal as well. Yeah, I think Arsenal haven't been quite at their best, but have still got themselves in 3rd spot. And I think they're pretty much a home banker these days. Away from home, not so, but their home form's going to get them in the top 4. I don't think Leicester can sustain it.
I'm going to go with Chelsea, and then just for the sake of something different, and perhaps out of nowhere, I'll say Spurs. Now, at the beginning of the year, we would have had Spurs as
3rd. Boom.
3rd, that's it. You know, it's Liverpool, it's Manchester City, then comes Spurs. That was it. But they've been terrible, and they've been flat. And it's also all sorts of he said, she said, that guy wants to leave, he wants to stay, he wants to go. Pochettino's in the middle of it as well. And while he's pointing the finger at the players, him during the summer, he was also looking around and saying, well, maybe this is not the place for me. This is where they're going to be. This is where these players are going to be. So they might as well just get used to each other and make something out of the season, because otherwise it's just a huge waste of time for a team that there's enough talent for them to finish certainly in the top 4 and for them to be 3rd in the Premier League. So I'm going to go Chelsea and Spurs with a turnaround by Spurs.
You know what is definitely not a huge waste of time? Our daily podcast,
Well,
which is available on the website. Be sure to check it out. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.